Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what should be a good one here today. It is gonna be a Protoss versus Zerg, but more importantly, a bot versus bot. And we've got two great bots here today. In the bottom right, it is Zoe, not evil Zoe. So we are dealing with the macro variant, the macro project of this bot author. And taking on Evil Zoe is going to be none other than Sharkbot. And we have got Sharkbot building the forge already, so potential for a bit of cheeky cheese here. Not that we see cannon rushes successfully pulled off in these bot matches these days, but we'll have to wait and see if Sharkbot can make that happen, or if it'll just macro, as cannon rushing Zerg doesn't work out too well these days. Sharkbot's saying that's an early pool, but it's really not. I mean, it's hatchery, then pool, so maybe not the greediest. I mean, it was hatch pool gas, but not hatch gas pool. So anyway, we see Zoe say, shouldn't these go in your bases, as we've got a pylon going down. Sharkbot's saying, sorry, I'm lost. Not a surprise, being a Protoss bot gets a little confused. Sometimes they forget where to build their buildings. We've got one cannon going up the third. Is Sharkbot going for a strategy where it potentially cannons expands that could belong to Zoe here? That is definitely a viable strategy, because it's not easy to program a bot to clean up these kind of things. So we do have Sharkbot going for a cheeky cheese. My concern is, however, that if Zoe simply expands to the north, these two cannons will be completely worthless. We do have Zoe reacting to this aggression, however, going for lots of lings on the way, getting up a spine crawler. Of course, programming a bot to defend is one thing. Programming a bot to defend and adjust the defense based on how aggressive the cheese is not easy. And so we see Zoe saying, all right, let's play, spamming some drone emojis around that cannon. Looks like the lings are coming on in, attacking the pylon at first. The probe is taking a little bit of the heat for its cannon, but unfortunately the way the lings are trickling on in here for Zoe, they are not effectively dealing with this. And that's the problem with trying to deal with Protoss buildings, is they regen shields. So unless Zoe keeps trickling units to keep tapping these buildings, they will start to heal on up. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of a quick start to this one. It's been a while since I've been able to do one of these bot videos. I was out of town, but now I'm back, so we'll try and get back into doing these regularly. But yeah, so hope you enjoy these, and if you do, make sure to go ahead, slap that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're not, and you want to see these sort of cheesy bot games on the regular. Click that bell icon to get notified whenever I put up a post or a video. Consider becoming a YouTube member if you want to support the channel. And then leave a comment down below saying more bots if you want to see more of these bots. Looks like Zoe is a little bit conflicted on whether to put down a creep tumor or not. I just bought things. And then we've got roaches on the way for Zoe. So when the lings fail, it seems to be Ravager time in order to deal with this cannon, and this cannon shall not stand a chance. But the damage for the cannon has already been done, it appears, with the natural base already done for Sharkbot. It's getting up a cyber core, so very delayed tech, of course, behind this, but it's got a great economy. So as long as Zoe doesn't just go right across the map and attack Sharkbot, Sharkbot should be fine. There is, of course, the chance of that. We'll see if this cannon can kill this Ravager. This Ravager got way too far forward. One of the longest ranged units in the game gets killed by a photon cannon. That is not good for Zoe. A little bit wasteful, but of course programming, if you guys want to say, why does the bot micro like that, programming your unit's movement, I imagine, has got to be one of the hardest parts of programming your bot, because it's like, when does it attack, when does it retreat? Because of course we've seen time and time again in these bot games in which, like, a bot's just afraid to engage, so they just sit shaking back and forth. So that alternative, there could definitely be some reasoning there for Zoe. Now, we do see double Stargate on the way for Sharkbot. If your opponent's going Ravagers, there's definitely one way to deal with that, and that is Void Rays. Double Void Rays on the way. +1 ship weapons starting as well, a cannon and a battery, an extra one going up with the natural, so that's going to be great defensively. And this is a little bit concerning here for Zoe because it's incredibly far behind on the economy. We've got Sharkbot with 2 Void Rays done in 10 seconds. That means that the Protoss is pretty much 100% safe. Okay, maybe not 100%, but like 99% safe against any roach shenanigans. And that's exactly what we're seeing, potentially an attack from the Zergbot, but Void Rays are pretty good at killing roaches. Even good at killing small numbers of lings. They're not too bad. Sharkbot saying Protoss needs a door. Not sure what triggers that. We do see lings coming on in. A probe almost gets chased down. It does die, but this third base, I imagine, should be totally fine. We even see prismatic alignment getting utilized on those roaches, so they are just getting melted oh so fast. 4 roaches dead. There's only like 4 left. And yeah, that attack did not go well for Zoe. Even letting us know the resources killed to resources lost. And yeah, Sharkbot's doing really well. It's got a great 3-base economy kicking off now. Zoe not even mining at its 3rd base. We're gonna have to see some serious shenanigans for Zoe to come back in this one. There is Burrow on the way. That's of course a great Zerg tool. We've got Carapace coming out too, a lair. Potential for Hydralisks could be huge. Hydras are incredibly darn good against Void Rays. And yeah, we'll see if Sharkbot's just going to have the time to build up as much as it wants to, or whether Zoe will be able to make the comeback. It is droning incredibly hard. So we'll see if Sharkbot maintains an economic lead by throwing up a 4th base, potentially. Or if it'll potentially let Zoe back in this game. Zoe. I just... forgive me if I'm going with the wrong one. I guess it's pronounced Zoe. Thinking about it real hard. I don't know why my brain defaults to Zoe. Anyway, we have got a couple Void Rays attacking on in. They pop a 4 Overlord. It's actually 3 Void Rays engaging with these queens. Now we'll see if they retreat when they're injured. Looks like they do indeed. That's good to see. You don't want to be throwing away those expensive Void Rays. We've now got Colossus on the way with this as well. So just every Protoss's dream composition. You're like, yeah, I'm going to make lots of Void Rays. I'm going to make lots of Colossus, and it's going to be epic. When in reality, it's just one of the most expensive compositions in the game, going those 2 tech routes, trying to have up that production. But Sharkbot doesn't care. Sharkbot's building 4 or going up to 4 Stargates, while it's also got double Robo pumping Colossus. So it's probably going to need a 4th base soon. We'll see if that becomes a reality or not. We've got some Ravagers poking on in. They shall not stand a chance. And this is just a bot thing where the Zerg's like, yes, attack on in with my Ravagers and Roaches, and the Protoss bot's like, can I defend that with my Void Rays? Will my Void Rays be safe against these Roaches and Ravagers? Now, we do have more bases going up for Zoe, so its economy has recovered from that big early game hiccup. It's still got a long way to go as far as rebuilding an army, or building up an army that can take on this Protoss force. But the longer this goes on, of course, the more balanced it'll become between the 2 sides, and the potential for Sharkbot to throw away this great lead. We do see cannons, batteries going up, or actually just cannons, pardon me, going up at a 4th base. So it is good to see that Sharkbot is expanding. Maybe not as quick as it could be. However, its composition is becoming godly. If we pull up the army value, that gas, we see how much gas Sharkbot has invested in, 1,400 to 575. So it's just incredible, the value and the amount of gas that Protoss spends making Colossus and Void Rays. Now we've got a Fleet Beacon on the way, a Templar Archives on the way. Sharkbot showing us that it wants to get to that late game composition. We saw it do really well against a Terran bot previously. Now, can one of these top Zerg bots potentially handle Sharkbot in the late game? We shall see. As now these Colossus are walking across the map, potentially going for some aggression. They got to be careful. They got a probe there for moral support with this Colossus. There is Infestors on the way. They'll be really good against Colossus and Void Rays potentially. We see lots of Hydras being produced, Lings on the way. The Protoss is going to start to fall behind in army supplies. That's just the name of the game. Zerg units are a lot more supply, a lot less supply efficient, I suppose. Now, more and more Lings coming on in. for Zoe, getting lots of harassment off of this third base. The static defense is really nice for Sharkbot, but the cannon, if it was just a little bit over to the left, would be much better. So this will help defend this, but not completely free. Those Lings definitely got some probe kills. We've seen 21 die this game. Sharkbot is quick with the rebuild on that. And of course, this Protoss army is still looking very formidable. 3 Colossus are out. There was 2 High Templar that were made, and I guess they promptly died, potentially to Lings, as they got warped on in. We'll have to wait and see if there is going to be any Psystorm researched or not. In comes the Zerg, though, coming in towards this 4th base. Sharkbot having to react, saying, I see that. Now, is it actually going to react? It's got 2 High Templar in the Prism, but there's actually no... Yeah, there's actually no Psystorm, so at best they can feed back Vipers or Infestors. Currently, it is just Infestors, and there is an Observer there, so it does get seen. There's also the cannon there for static defense, too. We see the Prism designed with a lot of thought for Sharkbot to be able to micro units to even save workers, so that's really phenomenal, but we're seeing just how good macro is in this game. As Zoe is up at 200 supply, Sharkbot's Colossus are just standing there and getting wrecked, and oh dear, I think we may have seen a potential throw here from the Protoss going way too far out. You do not want to attack before you're maxed out as a Protoss against a Zerg. You just got to sit and defend, so that was a bit worrisome for Sharkbot. We'll see whether it can hold on, keep building more units. Right now, though, it's really not been making too many units the past couple minutes. It's been getting like every upgrade under the sun, which really has cut into its overall supply. The Colossus are pulling back, which is good to see, but this third Nexus under a lot of heat. There is at least another one going up down here, so if that stays alive, that will give Sharkbot more longevity in this game, but the army supply is not looking too hot for the Protoss bot. The Colossus, of course, great against the Hydralisks. The fact that Sharkbot is getting all the upgrades means these units will be better and better, but they need to be phenomenal to come back. Now, half the army supply. We see Zoe given us the attack results, and the Zergbot is maxed out again, ready for another attack, getting adrenal glands on the way, +3 Carapace. Psystorm is finally being researched for the Protoss bot, but it's attacking again. That is not what we want to see. A Colossus gets neural parasited as it's a traitor. It's shredding its own Colossus friend and then will be killed itself. That is 2 expensive units going down for the blue bot. We see Lings now attacking in towards the third. A battery and the overcharge and the cannons are defending this location, but this brand new base is under threat. The Void Rays are just taking too long to get back here, and the attack from Zoe is looking really darn strong. Sharkbot is in so much trouble here. There's the potential for some Psystorm drops once Psystorm is done. It's currently about 20 seconds away, and now Sharkbot took a big hit to the economy. That third was never rebuilt, and the army supply is still about the same, but the overall just economy now at this point to replace these units isn't that good. We see one Psystorm go down, no more Psystorms getting dropped down, and now the army supply is falling. Losing those Colossus is just a bit unfortunate for Sharkbot, and it's almost like what happened with Sharkbot is like what you've been able to do as a human player against AI, kind of drag them out into a vulnerable position. That's kind of what happened with Sharkbot's Colossus there, as it just moved out on the map when it needed to stay defensive. Zoe, just its presence was enough to drag Sharkbot out. Not too far, but far enough, clearly. And so maybe the developer of Sharkbot may need to look at that and say, okay, just really keep these units a bit closer to home, as that's where the strength, and I think where Sharkbot will get the wins, is building up this God tier Protoss composition. It's not going to happen this game. I definitely think I will cast Sharkbot against another Zerg bot down the line. I really enjoyed this one. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not. Consider becoming a YouTube member. How many kills? Oh, I want to see how many kills that Colossus got before it died. It made it to 20. 22, 23... 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. A lot of kills are easy to get for a Colossus when they're just killing Lings. The Void Rays, though, not going to be able to defend, and there's just nothing left here. So yeah, leave a comment for the YouTube bot. More bots down below. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for tuning in.